Hello, this is Priscilla, and welcome to the Conversational Hour. Today, our topic is Who are you today? I want to thank each of you for joining me today with our topic, Who
Hello, 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 teacher. Hello.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, it seems that the teacher cannot you. Yeah, she back.
Fuquai, are you able to hear me now? Okay,
Yeah, I
Yes,
can
it's
hear you now.
now it's
Yeah.
okay,
okay.
great. And Wisla, are you able to hear me now?
Yes, very well.
Fantastic. All right, so Fuqua, would you take a moment and introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm from Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. Great.
I'm working. I'm not a student, but looking forward to learn more English to improve my English skill.
Okay.
In order to use it properly, maybe for brighter
Advancement
future. Yeah.
for advancements in your job. Okay, great. Well, I hope that we can help you with that. Wisla, would you take a moment and introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Wiesław. I'm from Poland. I learn English for work and for um, exercise my brain.
Okay, welcome, Wisla. And Selma? Hello, Selma. Please unmute your microphone and say hello and introduce yourself. Selma, you will need to unmute your microphone and introduce yourself. Please unmute Selma. All right, while we're waiting for Selma, we'll start with the loop. Oh, well, I think she's here.
Okay.
Selma, we're listening.
Okay, I'm Salma from Algeria, and I'm 22 years old.
Okay, welcome, Selma. And Lou,
Thank you.
would you take a moment and introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Lo from China. I learn English for exercise my brain as well, and I have learned. And if you are bilingual, you can have more lifespan than who just know one language. I think
Oh,
it's
well,
interesting. Yeah.
well, that's an interesting thought. Did you say
Yeah.
that my lifespan would increase if I am
Yeah.
bilingual?
Yes, if you are trilingual, you will expand more. Expand more. Yeah.
Does that mean that I will live more, live longer?
Yes, live longer. Live longer.
Wow. I want to learn about 50 languages then. Okay, how interesting. There's probably some truth to that. At least I think it will help with warding off autism. Is that autism? Oh,
Yeah, I
there's
know.
what?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what that word is. All right, did I get everyone to introduce themselves? All right. Today we're going to read a little story, and it's called Who Are You Today? This is a story that I created, and I hope that you will enjoy the story. My son's name is Edwin, and I will read the story first. Please listen to the way that I pause or actually come to a complete stop when I get to a period. I will come to a complete stop when I get to a period, and I will pause for about 2 seconds when I get to a comma. All right, so there's a difference in what I do when I'm at a period, and there's a difference in what I do when I get to a comma. And here's a comma here. When I get to a comma, I actually just slow down for about 3 seconds, no, 2 seconds, and when I get to a period, I stop for about 3 seconds. So there's a difference. All right, here's my story. Who Are You? By Priscilla. Today, I'm excited. 1, 2, 3. My name is Edwin. 1, 2, 3. I'm almost 8 years old. I live with my grandmother and my dad in America. My grandmother tells me every day, 1, 2, I can be anyone I want to be, and I can do anything I want to do. I'm going to tell you about Shadow. Shadow is my pet. Shadow is the same age as me. He is black and white with big brown eyes and a short, stubby tail. Shadow is my best friend, and he usually licks my face in the morning before I get out of bed. He eats from his doggy bowl in the morning as I eat from my plate at the breakfast table. Shadow is a wonderful pet. He is my seeing eye dog. He helps me sometimes get from one place to another. Sometimes he helps me to find my socks and shoes to get dressed in the morning. Shadow has big, dark, piercing eyes. This is what my grandmother told me. My grandmother told me that Shadow is one of the smartest dogs she has ever met. Actually, she has never had a dog before. Grandmother has had several cats before. This weekend, we are going to the mall. Shadow is a seeing eye dog and will be allowed in all of the shops to help me with my moving around in the stores. We will visit the bookstore today and get me some books written in Braille. As I go through several books before making my selection, Shadow will just sit patiently and wait for me. Having Shadow, my grandmother, and my daddy around helps me to remain confident and special. All right, so that is the story of Shadow. That is my dog. All right, so let us start with each of us taking a part in reading this same story. And I will start with, let's see who we'll start with today. I'm going to take this out and make it normal size again. I think it should be size 12. And it should be without the color. And this should be without the color. And it should be size 12 as well. And make that a size 12. And we're ready to start. So we're going to read, and I'll give you numbers because I think I'll forget who's here. Okay, let's see. Who is here home? And I apologize for this little bit of a delay, but once we get going, we will be going. Lou will be number 1. Selma is number 2. Wislaw is 3, and Fuqua will be 4. Peach. I forget how to spell it. Phu. Q-U-Y. I'll get that spelling correct in a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So, Lou, would you start reading for us, please?
Well, today I'm excited. My name is Edwin. I'm almost 8 years old.
Okay,
Oh,
that's good. Well, I want you to read to the paragraph. Okay.
mm-hmm. I live with my grandmother and my dad in America. My grandmother tells me every day I can be anyone I want to be, and I can do anything I want to do.
Okay, great. Number 2.
I'm going to tell you about Shadow. Shadow is my pet. Shadow is the same age as me. He is black and white with big brown eyes and a short stubby tail.
Great. Number 3.
Shadow is my best friend and he usually licks my face in the morning before I get out of bed. He eats from his doggy bowl in the morning as I eat from my plate at the breakfast table.
Okay. Number 4.
Shadow is a wonderful pet. He is my seeing eye dog. He helps me sometimes get from one place to another. Sometimes he helps me to find my socks and shoes to get dressed in the morning.
Great. Number 1.
Shadow has big dark piercing eyes. This is what my grandmother told me. My grandmother told me that Shadow is one of the smartest dogs she has ever met. Actually, she has never had a dog before. Grandmother has had several cats before.
Okay. Number 2.
This weekend we are going to go to the mall. Shadow is seeing eye dog and we're allowed in all of the shops to help me with my moving around in the stores.
Number 3.
We will visit the bookstore today and get me some books written in Braille. As I go through several books before making my selection, Shadow will just sit patiently and wait for me.
Number 4.
Having Shadow, my grandmother, and my daddy around help me to remain confident and special.
Okay. All right. So now what we're going to do is first ask Lou, do you understand this story about 80%?
Yes, but I think almost 99%. But one word I don't know is written on Braille. What is Braille?
Okay. There are those individuals that are without the ability to see, but they also can read books with their fingers. They use their fingers to read. Have you ever seen a person that could not see with his eyes read a book
Yeah.
with his fingers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think I
That,
know. Oh,
okay,
okay.
that type of text is called Braille.
Braille,
That type,
okay.
that type of text is called Braille. Does anyone else have questions?
I don't understand two words, piercing and stubby.
Okay. Piercing and stubby means have you ever seen a very pretty girl and you just look at her and you just stare at her without blinking? It's as if you can see right through her. That's piercing. That's one way of using the word pierce. And another definition for the word pierce means to
Yeah.
put a hole into something. You pierced it. You put a pinhole in it. You broke through the skin and there left an open area. Okay? And stubby, I think a bulldog has a stubby tail. It's about, I don't know, half an inch or an inch long. That's called stubby. Or in the morning, do you shave? I don't know exactly who I'm speaking with. Maybe it's Wislaw. Wislaw,
Yes.
do you shave?
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes you have stubby facial hair because it is growing out, but it isn't really long. That's stub or stub. Okay?
Mhm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yes, yes, thank you.
All right. And any other questions before we go on? All right. So what we're going to do now is ask Fuqua, did he understand the story about 80%?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And Selma, did you understand the story about 80% or more?
Yes, I did, teacher.
Great. Now what we're going to do is try to retell this story without using an excessive amount of earns, and long pauses. We will do this for 30 seconds, and the reason we're only using 30 seconds is to force our brains to think in English. I will do it first in 30 seconds on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. This story is about my son Edwin, who has a dog. Edwin is blind and he reads with Braille. Very soon, he and his grandmother will be going to shop at the mall. They will take Shadow with them, and Shadow is allowed to go in all of the stores because he is a seeing eye dog. All right, that was my summation of the story in 30 seconds. Lou, would you give me this story in 30 seconds at the count of 3? 1, 2, 3.
This story is about a boy who called Edwin. Edwin is blind, so he needs help with by his dog. His dog, Shadow. Shadow is a seeing eye dog, and someday he needs to went to the shopping mall with his
Okay,
grandmother.
thank you, Lou. And Selma, can you give me a summary of this story in 30 seconds or less and try to use as few earned, and ahs as possible? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
This story about a patient and cute boy whose name is Edwin. He cannot see, so their mother decided to bring him a dog, and he named that dog Shadow. So Shadow was his seeing eyes. He was helping him in everything, especially when they go to the stores. He was
Okay,
helping him.
thank you, Selma. Wisla, would you tell me this story in 30 seconds or less? 1, 2, 3.
The story is about a young boy. His name is Edwin, and his dog. Its name is I forgot. Shadow. The dog is Sim.
Okay,
Sim
thank you. Fuqua, would you summarize the story for me in less than, well, in 30 seconds at the count of
Yeah.
3? 1,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Yeah, this story is about a boy whose name Edwin. He is a blind boy who lives with his grandmother and father. He can read book with his finger. Also, he has a dog whose name Shadow, and the dog is allowed to go into a mall because
Okay,
the dog.
thank you, Fuqua. Okay, okay, Lou, try to tell the story in 30 seconds with less than 3 errors, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Shadow is the dog of Edwin. Edwin loves his dog because Shadow can help him. Edwin is blind. One day he went to a shopping mall with his grandmother. Shadow can take him from
Okay,
there to
very
another.
good. Very good. I had my finger on the wrong key, but you only had one. Very nice. Selma, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
It's all about a kid whose name is Edwin. He likes his pet a lot. His pet is named Shadow. He's very passionate about his cat. He's describing it again. He's giving a lot of details about his Shadow and how he's helping him when he gets to the store.
Okay, 5 seconds. Okay, that's okay. All right. You got the second mark because you stopped. I need you to continue talking until I ask you to stop. All right, Wisla, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
The story is about a young boy, Edwin, and his dog, Shadow. And the Shadow is very helpful. The Shadow is very helpful dog for Edwin because Edwin is blind. Shadow is a CA dog. Is
Okay,
help.
thank you. And Bukwai, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Edwin loves his dog very much because his dog is very helpful. Every time Edwin go to a horse, he take his dog together. The dog is allowed to go inside the horse because the dog is his eye guiding. The dog is the dog
Okay.
has
Okay, Bukwai, thank you. Okay, very good. Bukwai, you did well. Lou, Selma, and Weesaw has participated in this activity before, and they know exactly what to do. So they did show remarkable improvement. And as the time goes on, Fuqua, you will see that you will have improvement as well. Again, the purpose of this activity of retelling the story is to get you to speak and think and see in English. By giving you a time limit, you don't have enough time to think about anything but English. So most of you, or all of you really, were up to the challenge. Now here are some questions. I want you to answer in a complete sentence when I ask the question. Edwin is 7 years old. Create a complete and correct sentence response for each statement. Edwin is 7 years old. So your response will be, Edwin is 7 years old and he is blind. Just add something more to this to make it a more complete sentence. So we will go with Weeslaw. Please do number 1. I will write what you say. Edwin, read what you see and complete it. Weeslaw?
Yes, Edwin is 7 years old.
And he is Selma, can you give me some more for sentence number 2?
Edwin lives with his grandmother and his dad. He has the dog. His name is Edwin. Whose name is Edwin.
And his
Dog's name is Edwin. Dog's name is Shadow. Okay, Lou, number 3.
Edwin's dog is named Cloudy. It's wrong. His dog is named Shadow, and Shadow is a eye-seeing dog.
That is correct. All right. Bukwai?
yes.
Or
Shadow has purple eyes, short tail, with 2 colors, and the dog is allowed to go in the horse.
eyes purple, or do we know what color his eyes are? We probably don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
Wislow?
Shadow eats from the table with Edwin. Shadow eats from the plate, from the dog's plate, when together with when the Edwin eats from the plate on the table.
Shadow eats from the dog's plate together with
Not
Edwin.
together. Together we have to remove.
With Edwin, who eat from the. This will be Selma. Selma,
Shadow is dog.
number 6.
Blind.
Shadow is a dog which has a stubby tail.
Let's see. Lou,
Edwin's grandmother has 8 cans is false. What I remember is Edwin's grandmother once hand 8 cans.
cats that his grandmother had. Okay, and Fuquai,
Yeah.
8. Edwin
Edwin
can.
can read Braille and wait for. Oh, I'm so sorry. Edwin is a boy, not a dog. Edwin can read Braille and go around the bookstore with his dog.
And Wisla,
Edwin went to the bookstore to buy some braille.
no. Edwin goes to the grocery store. Read what you. Okay, read what you do. Say. Read what you see, and then add or change.
Edwin goes to the bookstore
Okay.
and to buy some books
Blind.
in braille.
I see.
One.
Some books in braille.
Some books in Braille. Okay. Selma,
Shadow goes to the store with Edwin to help him with his moving around in the stores.
Okay, good job, guys. Now I want you to tell me several things about Edwin. Let's start with Control C. I think all of you can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we'll start with Lou. L-O-U. Lou?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the pet's name?
A pet's name is Shadow.
Okay, and where does Shadow eat breakfast?
Shadow eats his breakfast in his doggy bowl.
And how does Edwin read?
Edwin can read the common book. He can just read the book which written in Braille.
Edwin reads Okay. Describe Shadow.
Shadow is a dog which we also is a eye seeing dog, which we also call them as a guide dog or guide dog, blind dog.
Okay, thank you. So now let us hear from Selma. Selma, can you tell me what is the pet's name?
She's gone. She's gone.
Okay, so let's go with Wisla. Wisla?
Yes. The name of the dog? The name of the dog is Shaggy. Shadow.
It's Shadow. Okay. And how old is Edwin?
Edwin is as old as Shadow. Is 7 years old.
What is the pet's name?
The pet's name is Shadow.
Does Shadow eat breakfast?
The Shadow eat breakfast from the dog's bowl.
And how does Edwin read?
Edwin read using Braille system.
Describe Shadow.
Shadow is a stubby, I think dog.
Okay. And let's see, Fu Kwai,
Yeah.
this one will be for you. Let's see, PH. Okay, can you tell me the age of the dog?
The dog is 8 years old. The same with Edwin.
What is the pet's name?
His name is Shadow.
And where does Edwin eat breakfast? Edwin.
Edwin ate breakfast at his table.
And how does Edwin read?
Edwin can read by using his finger with assistance of a braille system.
Okay, and describe Shadow.
Shadow is a very smart dog with stubby tail, piercing eyes.
Good. Okay. Okay. Now let's do an activity that will require you to give me directions so that I can find my way around. Okay, we're going to go and put this here, and I'm going to give you some instructions. Insert shapes, an arrow. Okay, just 1 second. Copy. Okay, what I'm going to give you now is a map, and you're going to tell me how to get to various places. Okay, copy. And all right, so Wizlaw, I want you to tell me how to get from the church, which is right here. This is a church, and I'm going to take, well, Edwin and the dog are going to go to the bank. Can you tell me how to get there? Well, I'm going to go from the train station. I'm going to go to the train station to the library. All right? And I'm going to tell you how I'm going to get there. I'm going to leave the train station. I'm going to go to Central Avenue. I'm going to follow Central Avenue until I get to the intersection of Central Avenue and First Street. When I get to First Street, I'm going to turn right onto First Street. All right. And I'm going to go up to the intersection of First Street and Main Street. And I'm going to make a right turn. I forgot where I said I was going. Yeah, I'm going to make a right turn onto Main Street. Let me find me another arrow for Main Street. I'm going to turn right onto Main Street. Copy. Cut. I'm going to turn right onto Main Street. Oh, where'd my arrow go? Oh. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to turn right onto Main Street. And the bank is on my left. All right. So that's where I'm going. I want you to take me to the police station, and you're going to leave from Church Street. Wizlaw, can you give me directions? Were my directions confusing? I'm sure they were, but you can do a better job. All right, we'll wait for you. All right, Wizlaw?
Leave please the church and go to the Central Avenue. There on the first intersection, turn left to 2nd Street. On the 2nd Street, on the first intersection, turn left to Main Street.
Wait. Well, when I'm leaving, where are you leaving from again? The church?
From church.
And where should I go?
You should go left on the Central Avenue to the first intersection.
Okay, so what street am I on then?
You are on the 2nd Street.
Okay, I'm on 2nd Street. So I should leave the church and get on to 2nd Street. All right? Got it? Now what should I do?
Then you go to the next intersection to the Main Street.
Okay. Okay.
On the next intersection, on the Main Street, on this intersection, turn left to the Main Street.
Okay. Left on Main Street, good.
And where should I go? To the police station?
Yes, you're going to the police station.
And on the right-hand side, in the middle of the street, between bank and store, you find the police station.
Fantastic, good. All right, let's see, who else is here? Lou, I want you to go from the bank to the hospital. I want you to go from the bank to the hospital.
Should I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. After you left the bank, you will get on the main street, then turn left, and go to the next cross
Oh,
street.
wait a minute. Let me find the left arrow.
Okay,
Let me find me a left arrow. Okay. Oh, turn around. Turn left arrow. I'm trying to get me a left arrow. It won't turn. There. Okay. Okay, I'm on Main Street and I'm turning left. Is that left? Is that
No. I mean, get on the left to the bank, then you turn left on the main street. Turn left on the main street.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm at the bank and I'm turning left. That looks right. That looks right. Okay, I'm gonna turn around. I think I need to turn around. Okay.
That's great. That's great. Left. When you left the bank, I think the left is in your left hand.
Is this right?
That's,
Is
yeah. We see it as right, but when you left the bank, it's left.
Okay, so let's just tell me to get onto Main Street. Just say when you leave the bank, you'll start out on Main Street. When I leave the bank, I'm on Main Street. Now, where am I going, left or right on Main Street?
Yeah, make a left or right on Main Street. Then you go straight ahead. When the next crossroad makes the right turn on the second street, and you will find the hospital on your left hand.
Okay. Somehow I see this bank as being my right. Why do I see that bank as being on my right? My right?
Right. Yeah. But if I stand on the bank and I go out of the bank, the bank is behind me, right?
Okay. I guess. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well. All right. And so now let us see. Who was that? Lou or Wisla? Who was reading? Who was giving? Okay. So Fuquai, did you give me instructions yet?
Yeah, where you want to go?
Okay, I want you to go to school from Central Avenue. I want you to go to school from Central Avenue.
You want to go to school from?
Central Avenue, from the train station. From the train station, I want to go to school.
Yeah, the school is opposite to train station on the same Central Avenue, so you just have to go across the Central Avenue to get to the school, right?
Okay, well, I don't have to. Well, I want to go by way of the library and pick up a book first. Before I go to school, I want to pick up a book at the library.
Yes, in case you want to take a book from library, now you are in front of train station, take the left side and go along. When you see the first intersection between Central Avenue and First Street, take the right side here and go straight on First Street, and you will see the library on your left hand, opposite to post office and the school. And after you successfully taking your book, you can go across the First Street directly to the school, which is opposite to the library.
Okay, good. All right, now here's that situation with the bank. Here is the bank. This is this place right here is where the bank is. This is the way. Let's just say this is the way out of the bank. When you want to leave the bank, you either have to go to the left to get out of the bank, then turn here to get to some place, maybe to the street. Okay, that was what I was envisioning. I'm thinking that just doesn't seem like you're going to go right. You go to the left first. This is the parking spot. Let's just say this is where you park. All right. So, all right. That is just my scenario. Wislaw, can you do number 2? You will use either always, usually, or sometimes as your word choice. All right. Number 1.
Edwin's grandmother always tell him he can be whatever he wants to be.
Good. And Wislaw, can you do number 2?
Shadow is my best friend, and he usually lick my face in the morning before I get out of bed.
Okay. And let's see. Fuqua? Number 3. Is Fuqua still here? Okay. Fuqua, can you read number 3? Wislaw, can you do number 3?
Shadow helps Edwin sometimes to get from one place to another.
Okay, good. And I want you to summarize the story, Wislaw, with you in the story. Summarize the story with you in it. So you could be Edwin, you could be the dog, you could be the grandmother. Just tell me the story, but put your name in it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you're ready.
I am a blind boy. My grandmother always say me that I can be what I want, who I want to be. I have a friend.
Now, I want you to use your name. I want you to say, my grandmother says, Wislaw, you can always do anything that you want. Okay? Tell the story.
My grandmother always told me, Wiesław, you can be what you want, and I have a friend, is a CIC dog. He or it, I don't know always. He is very helpful for me because he find my wearing, which I can't find on the morning.
Okay. That'll be good. And when you use the word he, it would always be, if it's a male or boy, it's he. Mm-hmm. It's always she if it is a girl. Mm-hmm. And when you are not being very specific, it always takes the gender of a male. It's always masculine. But if you definitely know that it is a female, it is she. If you definitely know that it is a male, it is he. And if you're not sure, then it goes with the masculine of he. All right?
Can I use it for the pets?
Yes, you can say, if you know that the pet is a boy, you can say he. But if you know that the pet is a she, you say she. Yes. But then if you don't know, you can say he, or you can say it, or the animal. Okay, Fuqua, could you tell the story with you in it, please? Fuqua, can you tell the story with you in it? Okay, Fuqua, if you're speaking, I can't hear you. All right, I'm going to go on. I'm not sure if Fuqua is still here with us or not. So we will go on. And now I want you to use these words. Excited. Wislaw, can you say all of these words?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Say all of these words for me.
By according to this story, or
just read them. Excited, yes. Anything, pet, stubby,
just
selection. Mm-hmm.
Excited, anything, pet, stubby, selection, special, braille, several.
Okay. Now I'd like for you to create a story based upon these words. You can tell me the story that we just read, or you can make up one of your own. Whenever you're ready, you may start. Wislaw?
should I start first?
Yes, please.
I was very excited to know new to Braille writing. Several times I try do that, but my selection maybe was not too good. I know anything until now. Maybe my dog, which I have, it's a very stubby pet, helped me in this issue.
Okay, that's good. That's good. You're thinking. Okay, Fu, can you
Yes.
create a story for me using all of these words?
Yeah, of
Well,
course.
but first, I'd like for you to say these words. Say each of these words.
Yeah.
Excited.
Excited. Anything. Pet. Stubby. Selection. Special. Braille. Several.
Okay, now can you give me a story?
Yeah. I'm very excited to tell you about my story. I do not have anything special, but for my pet, his name is Mickey. He a very intelligent dog with a stubby tail and brown eyes. My pet usually go along with me to the bookstore because he my blind dog. When I go around the bookstore, the dog will guide me to exactly where I want to go. And when I make a book selection, my pet will be waiting for me patiently beside me. I love my dog very much because he is very useful in my life.
Okay, I
That's
need
my
you.
story.
Okay, and even if you use the word Braille in several, I need you to use them again so that I can remove them. Okay.
I need to have eye seeing dogs because I am blind boy since I was a child. But I can read with my fingers using a braille system. Every day I try to read several books to improve my reading skill.
Okay, very nicely done. Very nicely done. This brings us to the top of the hour, and I want to thank both of you for participating and doing a wonderful job. So, Wisla, would you give us your final word for the lesson today?
It's a very hard work for me. I have to watch out every second. But I think such lessons are very helpful for my English skills on my level especially.
Okay, great. Thank you, Wisla. My goal is to keep you actively engaged in the lesson. I want you constantly thinking in English and participating in English the entire time that you're with us. So thank you very much for your participation today, Wisla. Fuqua, could I get you to give us your final word?
Yes, first thing I want to say is thank you a lot, teachers. Your lesson helped me a lot to improve my skill of thinking in English directly, and it make my brain working. So I think your method is very efficient, yeah, in helping students who are learning English to improve their skill. That is very interesting and helpful. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Fuqua. My goal again is to continue to get you to think and respond in English. The time goes by fast, and it appears that learning can be fun, interesting, and interacting. So to keep you engaged means that you are constantly learning. Thank you for participating and staying the entire time for the class. I enjoyed this session, and I hope that you will follow me. And if you have questions, please send me a message, and I will try to respond. Have a nice day. Take care.
Thank you very
Bye,
much.
guys.
Bye bye.